ask somebody to come up, then I'll ask the question. Is that right, Jill? That's the order?
Actually, flip it the other way.
I ask the question, then
You
ask
do the
it.
question, so it's, you know, what would you do if you woke up and your hair was green? Andrew.
Okay. And would you like to be a part of this? Okay. All right. I'll get one of the others to do it first so you can see that, how we do it. And we'll kick off with someone who hasn't spoken yet. Indy. Okay. What activities make you lose track of time? Indy? What activities make you lose track of time? Indy?
Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, it's really interesting question for me. It's a behavior or a trait of me that sometimes gets me offside with my team as well, because I'm so driven to get an outcome. So at work, a lot of people have commented me, Indy, why you are so intense? Because that's what I'm good at, and that's what I enjoy the most, and that's what keeps me going. Thank you, Andrew.
That's good that you know yourself well.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. Okay, Shavira, next person who hasn't spoken much. Oh, hang on. Yeah, okay. So I've done it in the wrong order. I'm not going to let you, maybe not Shavira, just wait till I ask the question. What would you regret not fully doing, being or having in your life? Jill. Sorry, Shavira, I wasn't going to make it that easy.
Fair enough.
What? You got the question?
I think so.
What would you regret not doing, not fully doing, being or having in your life?
Thank you, Andrew. What would I regret not fully doing, being, or having in my life? I think that comes down to the times when I have given up, but I have given up on things when I am so close to achieving the goal or achieving the end point. And I think perhaps the best example of this would be working through or achieving the Duke of Edinburgh Award Scheme at school, when twice I did all that was required, with the exception of writing up the final part, which was the expedition component. And that means that I do not have my gold Duke of Edinburgh award. I've got the bronze, and I've got the silver, and I've got 95% of the gold. But of course, 95% is not 100%. 95% of a gold award is not 95% of a gold award. It is nothing. But I did learn from that. And I think some people here have witnessed that last June I achieved my Distinguished Toastmaster. Back in April of last year was probably another opportunity because of the changes within Toastmasters, where I could have got within that of being a DTM, but not quite. And somehow or other, I recalled the Duke of Edinburgh Award Scheme and recalled perhaps one or two other things. And rather than having 95% of a DTM, that, like the Duke of Edinburgh Award, would be worth nothing, I pushed myself over a 3-month period and I achieved the DTM. And it was an exceptionally good feeling, and I am really glad that I did it. But coming back to the question, certainly the number of times in my life when I have failed to have something and have therefore lost is definitely something that I regret.
Thank you. Thanks, Jill.
Yeah, what a surprise.
2 minutes 56.
Well done. Thank you, Jill. Duke of Edinburgh Award. Both of my kids didn't finish the paperwork on time. Terrible, terrible. 95%ers. All right, the next question is, are you holding on to something that you need to let go of? Are you holding on to something that you need to let go of? Shavira.
Thanks, Andrew. Are you holding on to something that you need to let go of? As you all know, I call myself, for those of you who know, I call myself a provisional registered psychologist. Provisionally registered psychologist means you have to be 3,000 hours of supervision, 8 case studies of real-world clients that you have to work with, and an exam. And until this time, under the Australian Health Board, I have a supervisor. I am holding on to supervision. I know for ready. One of the scariest things in the world for me right at the moment is going out on my own without any supervision. I have been, this journey of 3,000 hours, case studies, exam, takes 2 years. I am on my 5th year at the moment. And I am dead scared of going back myself. My biggest concern is that, will I mess someone's life? Can I go without the guidance of the supervisor? One decision I made this year as my New Year's resolution was to become fully registered, to get my case studies done, to get the exam done. And how did that come about? My previous supervisor told me I had complex clients. I never thought that I was ready until she said that. But still the idea of leaving supervision, that safety network, somebody guiding me through, giving me that advice, knowing that I had that weekly meeting, is what's holding me on. The fear of failure of my case studies is what's holding me on. The fear of the failure of the exam. That's what I'm holding on to, is supervision. I'm one step forward to my career. Thank you.
Thank you, Shavira. And good luck with doing that last 5%. All right, let's move on to the next question. When you are 80 years old, what will matter to you most? When you are 80 years old, what will matter to you most? Bina.
Excuse me, this is my first speech. I'll be nervous. Bear with me for a few minutes. So the question is, when I'm 80 years old, what would matter most? So for me, if I'm thinking at that age, what are the things that I have done which has made some impact or something helpful for other human beings? That would be the thing that I would be thinking at 80 years. If I've made at least something, something that helpful to others, what they might think, okay, this is what this, one thing when I think at the age of 80, if I've helped someone who would be realizing that was very helpful for them, I would be very happy thinking about, okay, at least I've helped one person to make their life happy or something. That would be the thing that I would be looking forward for.
Thank you, Bina, and thank you for coming up and speaking. Not everyone comes up on their first day. That's great. Congratulations on having the courage to do that. All right, the next question, no guesses who that's going to, but anyway, here it is. In the haste of your daily life, what are you not seeing? In the haste of your daily life, what are you not seeing, Therese?
Thank you, Andrew. Thanks for that great question. What am I not seeing? Some of you know that I have incredibly poor eyesight. I actually had minus 13 at one point, minus 13, and that is called no worthwhile vision. So not only is it metaphoric, about what I'm not seeing, but actually, literally, I'm not seeing things. I did have my eyes lasered on 2 occasions to try and help me with my vision, but I'm often conscious of the reality that God gave me short-sightedness. Am I short-sighted in my life? And I think about that. So what am I not seeing? I have very hectic days, as many of you do, work and study and family. I hope that I see what you see in 80 years. I hope that I'm living that life so I can look back and go, I contributed. I've got kids, I've got grandkids, I've done these things, I've touched lives. And every life that you touch, you mentioned just one person, that one person, 10 people, that 10 people, another 10. Imagine if someone plots out your impact on others. So I hope that I'm seeing things clearly. I hope that the goals I set myself, short, long and medium term, are the right ones. I recheck in with myself. I recheck in with whether it's work supervisors or my family to make sure, yeah, these are my values, these are things that are important to me, this is how I want to spend my life. And I hope I can look back just like you and go, I touched somebody, just one person.
I saved a tough question till the last. It's hard to ask someone a question about what are you not seeing.
And I literally had that one.
Anyhow, that concludes table topics. We normally do a table topics evaluation. Jill, I did have you on the agenda for that. Did you take any notes?